guys, welcome to the Everett Silver Show. We have exciting guests as we do every week, and so I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm always bringing it to you, so thanks so much for staying in tune with us. Stay connected. You're watching the Everett Silver Show.
Exclusively on Discovery Plus. The teeth are clenched, the fur is flying, and the tongues are out. Because it's time to lick some butt. For amateur trainers.
Go.
For spirited canines.
Where'd it go?
3 rounds of competition.
Welcome to Puppy Bowl presents the Dog Games.
Join host Kim Whitley.
You ready?
No.
And judges Travis Brorson and Crystal Powell.
That's what I'm talking about.
For a battle of brains,
Good.
beauty,
You make me look good.
and bark.
Tell me.
Which one of these amazing pooches will be crowned Dog Games champion?
Puppy Bowl presents The Dog Games. Only on Discovery Plus. Streaming February 6th.
Hey, Everett, how's it going?
Travis, thanks for doing the show today, buddy.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome. Well, folks, my guest is with us. Nation's most talented dog show, Puppy Bowl presents the Dog Games. I have the wonderful host, Travis Brorson, here with us. And I tell you, Travis, animal lovers everywhere is going to gear up for TV's cutest sports competition, man. And tell us, where do we start with this?
Absolutely. So Puppy Bowl presents the Dog Games is a special that the Puppy Bowl is putting on where it brings together 4 amateur dog trainers to compete in 3 rounds of competition. So my co-judge is Crystal Powell, who's an amazing comedian. She was on America's Got Talent. And then the amazing, lovely, wonderful energy Kim Whitley is the host who, I'm telling you, Everett, if you're not ready to laugh, you don't want to watch this show because it is fun.
Well, Kim is already hilarious as it is. Now, talk about Travis. Dogs are pulling off some of the best tricks ever, man. And let's talk about that within itself. How much training and stuff goes into stuff like that?
Sure, yeah. So I believe that all dogs have the ability to learn whatever we have time to teach them, right? And so when it comes to pets, it's all about patience, and it's all about the approach that you take. There's a lot of different forms of training. Positive reinforcement is one that I promote, which really just teaches you to reward your dog when they make good choices, repeat that process, and then in turn, your dog will want to then repeat those behaviors as opposed to punish a dog for doing something they shouldn't, which really just ruins the relationship that you have with your dog.
Now, you're one of the most sought after dog trainers in America. Travis, talk about why you think that is, man, because I know you must have a lot of experience with animals themselves.
Well, that's very nice of you to say that. I know somebody wrote that up about me. I don't really know how sought after I am, but one of the things that I enjoy, Everett, and I tell people this all the time, especially with doing the Dog Games, is if you just keep doing what you love and working harder than everybody else, it's a win-win, right? Whether you make it big or whether you stay in your lane, it doesn't matter. And that's what I tell people, with dogs is focus on your relationship with the dog, focus on your pets. And for me, it's all about helping the owners. If I can't help the owners, I have no chance helping their pets. So that's where my passion is. And that's what I really enjoy.
Yeah, because I know you're the founder and CEO of the Greatest American Dog Trainers. And so we do know that, guys, most of you that are watching, the Puppy Bowl presents the Dog Games. And I'm telling you, streaming this Saturday, February 6th on Discovery Plus. Any other last-minute things, Travis, that you want to talk about before we let you go?
Now, Everett, I just want to thank you for having me and let everybody know that this is a great family fun show that you can take away things to try with your own pets, right? These are just people on there loving their animals and loving life. And so please tune in Saturday on Discovery Plus to Puppy Bowl Presents the Dog Games. Thank you, Everett.
And then, look, can somebody reach out to you? And, is there any website or something? But I do know, again, folks, the Dog Games are on Discovery Plus this Saturday, February 6th. The wonderful host, Travis Brorson, has been with us. Travis, any last-minute things, buddy?
Yeah, that's great. Please, if you get a chance, we'll be doing stuff live throughout some of the streaming. So you can follow me on Instagram at Travis Brorson, or you can follow me on Facebook at Travis Brorson Pet Expert. So for all of you out there listening, please come check it out. We'd love to chat with you.
Travis Borson, make sure you catch Puppy Bowls presents the Dog Games this Saturday, baby. Discovery Plus. Travis, thanks for doing the show, man.
Thanks, Everett.
Well, guys, thanks so much for tuning into the Everett Silver Show. Stay tuned. Don't turn that dial because we got more exciting guests right here on the Everett Silver Show. Be back in a moment.
Hi, Everett. How are you?
Hi, Winnie. Thanks for doing the show. Always a pleasure to have you.
It's always a pleasure to be here. I missed you.
Yes, exactly right. But the folks, my guest is with us. We all know how important education is and the role that plays in preparing students for career and financial opportunities in the future. However, the increasingly digital world, there is a divide between students who have sufficient access to computers, internet access, and those who don't or increase their shift to remote learning during some of this pandemic has made the divide even greater. So join us to talk about the digital divide and what the technology giant is doing to help us. Is financial expert Winnie's son is with us. So good morning, Winnie. Tell us about the digital divide and the stats that are staggering.
Yeah, absolutely. Everett, it's great to be here with you. And yes, they truly are. These are staggering stats. In the face of COVID-19, the digital divide has definitely been brought into greater focus. There are many students who, even in 2021, this year, are still without access to education resources that they sorely need. They are falling behind. In fact, the United Nations Children's Fund estimates that about a third, or 464 million children worldwide, lack access to the basic tools that they need for remote learning. We're talking about really basics, the computer and a reliable internet. And 36% of low-income parents reported that their children were unable to complete their schoolwork at home because they lacked a computer, things that my kids take for granted. And 40% of these children are even without reliable internet at home.
Wow, that is amazing. So, Winnie, what is Intuit doing to help?
Well, Intuit, the financial platform behind TurboTax, QuickBooks, and Mint, believes that addressing inequality in the classroom today is absolutely necessary. And this helps expand possibilities for job and financial opportunities for the future, and most importantly, our next generation. They're committed to getting all students access to quality job readiness programs to help lead to a more equal access to financial opportunities. And you're going to love this, Everett. Intuit is supporting 20 underserved and diverse school districts from across the globe, where Intuit has offices, by providing an immediate relief donation. In fact, they're pledging more than $1 million as a starting investment to help more than 1.5 million students in need across 20 cities, 9 countries, and even more. Intuit's Prosperity Hub School District program is an expanded plan that will further support the creation of longer-term digital equity plans to provide students with the 21st century skills that they're going to need for job readiness. It's really exciting. Thanks to Intuit, students, teachers, and school administrators are being provided some awesome resources such as free courses, content, competitions, professional development, and state-of-the-art training strategies, Everett, and classroom mentors, all designed to help students reach their full potential. They put a lot of care and thoughtfulness into this program.
Well, I tell you, so many things that are happening. So great for it. And so where do we find these wonderful information that you gave us today?
Well, Everett, you'll want to check out Intuit's blog site, and that can be found at blog.intuit.com, where Intuit has shared more information about how innovative program this is, and also how you can get involved if you like to volunteer, to donate, and advocate to really help our schools out.
And so I tell you, folks, make sure that you do it, get involved. Again, financial expert Winnie's son has been with us. Winnie, it's always a pleasure to have you, and thanks so much for doing the show.
Thank you so much, Everett. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
More guests coming your way. Don't touch that dial. Be back in a moment.
Well, folks, I want to welcome my special guest. February is American Heart Month, and I have the wonderful privilege of talking to Dr. Eric Goulder. He's a cardiologist also. He's partnered with his lovely wife, Dr. Barbara McClatchy, is here with us. And so, we're going to try to find out how oral hygiene is kind of linked to both heart health and also COVID-19, what mass breath kind of tells us. And so I want to welcome them to the show today. And I guess when I think in terms of it, Dr. Goulder, talk about, I guess, what are some of the latest evidence, I guess, when you think in terms of how it might have some issues with heart health, as well as when we get to the oral health part with your wife as well.
Well, so there's really good evidence that people who have periodontal disease, which is inflammation and infection in the gums, are 4 times more likely to have a heart attack and twice as likely to have a stroke. And the reason, yeah, it's an amazing statistic. And the reason that is because some of the bacteria that live in our mouth play a direct role in the development of the arterial disease, of the plaque that builds up in your arteries.
Now talk about from the perspective, Barbara, talk about it when you talk about the oral heart health part of it, though. What's some of the latest evidence of that?
Well, there's hundreds of types of bacteria that live in our mouth. Some are require air to live, and some require no air to live. And the bacteria that lives deep down in our pockets are the bacteria that actually gets into our bloodstream that increases the chance of heart attack and stroke.
That's so amazing. Now, many of us, the way we live it now with all the masks going on, talk about, we all know mask breath. What does that actually tell us when we begin to smell it? Many of us are tired of smelling ourselves, but what does that tell us, John?
Well, it's really a red flag. If it's not just coffee breath or garlic from the meal that you just had, and it's a chronic odor that you're picking up on your own breath, that would be a red flag that you might be starting some periodontal disease. So it may be time to go visit your dental professional so that it doesn't progress to be something a little bit more dangerous.
Wow. Now, go ahead, Doctor. I'm sorry, Dr. Gould.
No, I was.
Well, let me just say, when we think in terms of the ways to boost our oral health beyond, I guess, just brushing and flossing, what should we be doing?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Just brush. So, so home care is so important for our dental patients. And so one of the things we recommend for them is to be using a oral care probiotic. So, just like when, if you get some antibiotics, some systemic antibiotics, because you've got an influenza, or not influenza, but if you got a cold or pneumonia or whatever you've got, and you get antibiotics for it, it's going to change the flora. It's going to change the bacteria in your GI tract. Same thing in your mouth. So we recommend something called Probiora Plus, which is an oral probiotic. It's just a little mint that you suck on, and it's got 3 different bacteria in it that are actually good bacteria that actually help crowd out the bad guys, so that you've got good flora in your mouth and decreases the problems with the periodontal disease. And 2 of those bacteria actually produce hydrogen peroxide, which when it gets in your mouth, gets down into the pockets between that space between your teeth and your gums, where the anaerobic, the non-oxygen liking bacteria live, and it kills them. The hydrogen peroxide releases oxygen, which kills them.
It also helps kill the COVID virus. Hydrogen peroxide, people are rinsing with hydrogen peroxide before they're seen in the dental office. So that is a nice side effect that we call for the Probiora Plus. It also helps whiten teeth from the hydrogen peroxide. And it also has a bacteria in it that will cut down on cavity producing bacteria. So for children that are high risk for cavities, this oral probiotic can actually help decrease their chance of having a cavity.
Now, talk about, though, Dr. Barbara, you mentioned some things, but what does dentists, I guess, are doing these days to make, I guess, setting safe, I guess, for patients?
Sure, we've been battling and protecting ourselves from viruses since the AIDS and hepatitis. So we really are not outside of our realm from what we've been doing. But since COVID, obviously we've eliminated the reception area. We've gone more paperless. We've done more telemedicine. If it's something that a patient can take a picture of in their mouth, we can review it and talk with them by computer. We are taking temperatures. We are doing pre-procedural rinses with hydrogen peroxide or molecular iodine. That does cut down on the vitality of the virus as well as some of the dangerous bacteria. Cleaning obviously is very different between patients now, and spacing our patients out so that patients are not coming in contact with each other.
Well, I got to tell you guys, there's so much information we can get, but Dr. Goulder, I'll start with you. Thank you so much for your work. You're the cardiologist and founder of the Heart Attack Stroke Prevention Center there in Columbus, Ohio, and then we partnered with your wife in the mission that you're doing that you're a founding member of the American Academy for Oral Systemic Health. So thank you guys so much for what you're doing. Now tell us, where can we find all this wonderful information you gave us today?
So we've got a website, Heart Attack and Stroke Prevention Center of Central Ohio, and Dr. McClatchy's got a website also, and there's lots of information there. The American Academy for Oral Systemic Health has a great website with lots of information on it as well.
And we're located here in Worthington, Ohio, practicing preventive cardiology as well as preventative dentistry.
Thank you guys again for the work you're doing. Again, my pleasure to have Dr. Eric Goulder here with us, cardiologist, and also Dr. Barbara McClatchy has been with us at dentistry. And so thank you guys so much for doing the show.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
More guests coming your way. Don't touch that dial. I'll be back in a moment.
Bob, how's it going, man?
Hey, what's up, Everett? How are you, buddy?
What's up, man? It's always a pleasure to have you. Well, folks, I got my special guest, former Michigan State quarterback Bob Guiney, also takes control of the Super Bowl at home. Bob, you got some interesting things that are going on, man. So where do we get some of the ingredients, I guess, for the great big thing that we're all waiting for on the celebration, man?
Oh, it's going to be, it's going to be a different game this year, Everett. I know you know that. It's going to be a lot more intimate, I guess, than it has been in the past. So I say pregame it, get your food lined up, and let's make it easy. Go with a simple cheese board. It's a great way to kick things off. And here's a pro shopping tip. You can look for cheese with the Proudly Wisconsin badge on it. Now, Wisconsin offers a world of cheese from just one state. With their intense pride and commitment to perfection, win them more national and international awards than any other state or country. And did you know that Wisconsin is the only state to require a license to make cheese? It's true. So head to wisconsincheese.com for the best game day recipes and some pairing suggestions. Now, when they say pairing, they probably mean like beer or wine. I think pair it with some meat. The other essential ingredient to any game day celebration is a great meatball for me. There are so many creative ways to use them, from a simple appetizer to the main course. I happen to like Armour frozen meatballs, which are not only delicious, but also have no preservatives. You simply add your favorite flavor. We got original beef, Italian, or turkey. You can throw it right in your dish there, and whether it's a sub, pizza, pasta, or even soup, you're going to score some major points with your friends and family. Now, you got the food part dialed. Now you got to get the game dialed. And just because it's going to be an intimate time watching it this year doesn't mean you can't go big. I say bring the game to life with 4K and up to 150 inches on a screen or your wall with Nebula's Cosmos Max. Now, the built-in speakers on the Nebula offer an immersive experience, whether you're streaming a movie, watching a YouTube video, or the big game. And you can use Android TV 9.0 and the Google Assistant to easily turn your home into a home theater. Now, unlike some of the more traditional boring projectors out there, the Cosmos Max has a unique oval shape and a starlight finish when you turn it on. Plus, you can save 10% right now by going to cnebula.com. That's SEENEBULA.com. Now, the last one. Everett, the worst thing for me in the middle of a game is someone ringing my doorbell, asking me to take a survey or something. Nothing to do with anything to do with the game. Now, if you're delivering a pizza, I'm okay. But if you're just showing up and you're going to ask me some questions that are going to annoy me, not today, right? It's a big game, man. So the best way to make sure you don't miss anything is using Nidatmo's Smart Video Doorbell. Now, this is going to keep you in your seat so you can just check your phone to see and talk to the person who's at your front door. It's great for security because it distinguishes people from pets and objects. And it can send you an alert if someone approaches the front door or other specific alert zones that you have set up. And best of all, it even has night vision. So a great way to stay focused on the game and make sure that you are dialed in and ready to go. Because if I'm having some meats and cheeses, watching it on the big screen, the last thing I need is to get bugged. So I think we got you covered for the big game this year.
Well, man, as always, I can count on you to do that, then. And then where we need to go for further information, buddy?
Simply go to dailylounge.com.
I want to thank again my main man, Bob Guiney, always had the stuff for us. Make sure you go to dailylounge.com for further information. Thanks a lot, Bob, for doing the show, man.
Thanks, Everett. Have a great day.
You too, man. Bye-bye.
More guests coming your way. Don't touch that dial. I'll be back in a moment.
Sure. Hi, Everett.
Chef Jamie, how you doing?
Hey, I'm so glad to talk to you. I hope that you're healthy and well. Thank you for having me back.
Yeah, we're healthy and well, and it sounds like you're doing as well. Well, folks, I'm so excited to have my special guest. It's always a pleasure. You know, it's this time of year, though, that we gather around the television to watch the big game. And so joining us is celebrity chef Jamie Gwen is with us, and she's got these delicious ideas to spice up our game day spread. So, Jamie, talk about how can we score a touchdown with football footies?
You got it. I think scoring a touchdown is the operative term there, right? And I will say, Everett, I love football, but I love football food more. So guacamole,
that's right.
A must-have at every big game celebration. It actually makes for one of the biggest days for avocado-related knife injuries. And while Holy Guacamole is not an insurance company, it is America's #1 selling refrigerated guacamole made with hand-scooped Hass avocados. They're actually helping to prevent pre-game injuries. You see, you can enter to win avocado hand insurance, we're calling it, in the form of a year's supply of convenient, ready-to-serve Holy Guacamole. Now through February 7th, you just upload a video of your best dip on Instagram and you tag @EatHoly, and then one grand prize winner will be awarded $4,000 and a chance to become their next hand model. Don't you love it? Okay. I love a cheese board too, grazing board, so on trend, right? Easy to assemble, customize it with your favorite flavors, something for everyone. I make mine using Roth cheese. They have an artisan line of specialty cheeses that are made in Wisconsin, so you know they have to be good. I use their signature cheese, the Grand Cru. It's a nutty Alpine style cheese. I love the jalapeno Havarti. The smoked Gouda is so good. And then I add tailgate worthy snacks like olives and nuts and crackers and veggies. Now, Roth artisan cheeses can be found in the deli section at your local grocery store. So between those two spreads, I think that takes us all the way to halftime.
Oh, wow. There you go. Now, can you share some fun twists on traditional game day recipes?
You got it. I think that because we're having smaller household gatherings, you do need to add something whimsical. This next dish adds an element of fun. So these are mini pizza cups, because I never met anybody that didn't like pizza. They're made with Pearls sliced black olives. Now, people who love olives love and trust Pearls. 100% grown and packed in sunny California, picked at the peak of freshness, versatile and flavorful. And in honor of National Pizza Day, which is 2 days after the big game, February 9th, in fact, Pearls Olives has a giveaway on Instagram for a chance to win a pizza making prize pack. Pearls is actually declared 2021 the year of pizza, pasta, and pearls. So follow #DreamOlive. You'll get lots of ways to use Pearl olives in everything you make. And then why not help the environment and satisfy your meat cravings at the same time? If you have not yet cooked with Impossible Burger, Everett, I got to tell you, it's so delicious. It's sustainable. It's versatile. It's packed with nutrients. And we made a patty melt here, made and created, by the way, with meat lovers in mind. Impossible Burger handles, cooks, and tastes like ground beef from cows. So if you love meat, but you want to be better for the planet, this mouth-watering patty melt will be perfect for armchair quarterbacks, because you see, you can root for your team with one hand and eat a patty melt with the other hand. The recipe, by the way, in Impossible, the cookbook, and all of these recipes at dailylounge.com. My daily dish at Chef Jamie Gwen on social. And I say, may the best team win. I'm just here for the food.
Well, there you go. And, Jamie, I got to tell you now, you know it's not fair making me this hungry, and this stuff looks this delicious.
I know. Well, thank you. I know. I consider that a compliment, Everett, and I love being with you. So thank you for having me back.
You're so welcome. Well, folks, dailylounge.com, celebrity chef Jamie Gwen, always giving it to us. Thanks a lot for doing the show, Jamie.
Thank you kindly. Stay well.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Seems like forever is coming. I can't believe it's happening to me. Wanting to sing, get the song.